Welcome to Week 3 action, everybody. For the first time this year, we are out of conference, taking on the East Carolina Pirates after we started the year with 2 straight SEC matchups. Unfortunately for us, it is not a much easier matchup than it was for Mississippi State. The 24th ranked Pirates went 11-3 last year. They had a magnificent year, but they lost their head coach, so it should be interesting to see if they're able to keep that success despite a 1-0 start. We're going to start the day getting it to Marshawn Lloyd on the screen, trying to get him involved any way possible in this offense. As you can see, only 137 rushing yards through the first 2 weeks. He's had about 80 in the first week, or 80 last week, and only about 50 or so in the week before that. So we're trying to get him involved as you see Ty Monroe with the first down there. Braden Davis on 2nd and 3. He slings it. That one sails well past anybody, even past the defenders. Now 3rd and 3. Davis again in the shotgun. They're going to throw it again. Davis has a couple guys open. Again, a sailed pass. 3 for 5 on that drive for 18 yards and a punt for the Gamecocks as we get introduced to Mason Garcia taking over for 5th-year senior Colton Ayers. Ayers was the quarterback for basically 4 years at East Carolina, but now it is in the hands of Mason Garcia, and they are hoping he can lead them to have some magnificent years as he finds his running back, Keaton Mitchell. He just settles in the zone right there. He's got 7 yards on the catch and run now. About 5.5 remains in the first. Garcia this time wants to hand it off to Mitchell. He's got a lot of space. O'Donnell Fortune can't bring him down. Thankfully, Anthony Rose is there to clean up the mess, and that's a first down for the Pirates and a 24-yard run. Now Mitchell on 1st and 10. He's going to run again to the left side this time. Stiff-arming, breaking tackles, add on another 17 on the ground, and they are now in red zone territory. The Gamecocks trying to force a field goal, though. 3rd and 4. Garcia calling a man an audible. He wants to run it himself. Debo Williams wraps him up safely. And after all that, they are going to settle for a short field goal on 4th and 3. The Pirates playing it safe right now as they kick it towards the boneyard where all of their student section stands. And it is 3-0. The Pirates have striked first. Braden Davis on the next drive is going to start with a run to Lloyd, and he does everything he can to get 5 yards. Immediately surrounded after the handoff, and now a 3rd and 4. Davis fires deep downfield, intercepted. It could have been Tegan Wilkes, drops it, and he deflects it to the ground, but the Pirates get the ball back quickly to a 3rd and 4, though, where they will run a screen. Keaton Mitchell trying to set the edge, and he can't get there. It's a 4th and inches in no man's land. I was shocked to see that they would settle for the field position rather than going for Braden Davis on 1st and 10. The read option, nowhere to go. This defense has been everywhere. Now 2nd and 10, play action. Davis wants to roll out of the pocket, gets around the lineman on the right side and tries to spin out of it. He's hit hard. That's a 6-yard run. Now 3rd and 4 in the final 40 seconds of the quarter. Davis going to go to Rucker on the screen, gets tackled by the line of scrimmage, and they're going to call a penalty, a face mask. The Gamecocks get a lucky break there. They're going to get a first down after the 15-yard penalty. Now 2nd and 6 on the final play of the quarter. Marshawn is going to get credited with 4 yards as he fights for every inch right there. Now 3rd and 3. Davis going to give it to Lloyd again. He is going to force his way and just barely enough for the first down. 5 yards on that one. Now 1st and 10 as we are in the second quarter. Braden Davis wants to throw this time. Back to Lloyd. Doesn't get the block picked up, and he loses 2. Hit as soon as he catches it. Now 3rd and 12. Braden Davis struggling to get the offense going. Davis rolls out under pressure, plants his feet, and he's sacked. Loses 14 on the play. Emmanuel Hickman with the first sack of the day for him. And the Gamecocks offense is going to be a loss of about 13 on the play. 4th and 26. They would punt it back to the Pirates. Now the Pirates 1st and 10. Garcia's going to take the pass or take the snap. He wants to throw. He's sacked though. Tried to step up into the pocket. That was going to be TJ Sanders off the left side. Loss of 7. Now 3rd and 19 after another loss on 2nd down. Garcia, he wants to throw it again. Steps to the right side. Firing along the sidelines. O'Donnell Fortune in coverage. Could have had the interception. Instead, it's going to be another punt for the Pirates at 5:45 remaining in the quarter. Marshawn Lloyd on 1st and 10. He's going to rumble for 13. Finally getting his feet moving He's got a first down for the Gamecocks now. Braden Davis, play action, rolling to the right, fires to Brandon Robinson in coverage, and he's flipped up right around the line marker. It's going to be a 3rd and 2nd and 1 now on the 9-yard reception. It's going to be Marshawn Lloyd bouncing off the first 2 tacklers, gets his feet moving, and he's got another first down, 7 yards as this offense trying to start clicking here in this second quarter. Braden Davis, play action to Lloyd, got a man open, and he just not even close to him. Corey Rucker has a touchdown there and just can't get the ball even within 5 yards of him. Braden Davis gives it to Lloyd on the counter, and it's a loss of 4. Now you're basically out of field goal range. They're going to try it anyways with Clark, the freshman, and he's not even close. Hooks it left, but I mean, he didn't even have the strength for it or the power behind it. Now 2nd and 6 for the Pirates. 3-0 is still the score. Mason Garcia swerving in and out of traffic as he's credited with 6 yards, but he's still a couple inches shy of that first down. Now 2.5 minutes and counting in this second quarter. 3rd and inches. Garcia is going to give it to Mitchell on the option. He's going to take it the long route up the left side. He's got the first down and 4 yards on the carry. Now 1st and 10, Garcia. Right around 2 minutes and 20 seconds. He's going to pitch it at the last second to Mitchell, who gets upended by Nikimanawari. A big play there by the sophomore safety, or the junior at this point. I guess he was a freshman his first year, so he would be a junior safety. Now 3rd and 13. Mason Garcia steps into the pocket, finds the empty space, and he fires it to Mitchell, who works free. Beautiful pocket awareness for the quarterback that time, and they just get into the red zone now. 2nd and 10 around the 21-yard line. Garcia, all alone in the backfield, wants to fire towards the end zone. Got a man, but he sails it. Garcia had a touchdown there, and he just couldn't get the pass to connect. Now 3rd and 10. He wants to throw again, firing to the end zone again, and he sails it again, so they would settle for the field goal. And Julius Caneri, the junior college is going to give it to Marshawn Lloyd for the first carry of the drive, 25 yards. Anyways, as I was saying, the junior college quarterback, who is now a junior, is in the game for Braden Davis. He's going to pitch it to Marshawn Lloyd on 1st and 10, who gets tripped up. Thought he could have had a touchdown there if he was able to outrun that defender. Now play action. He wants to throw it. Canier's going to find Brandon Robinson on the crossing route. Spins past a tackler, and that is a first down on 22 yards. And the offense beginning to click with Caneri, and now 2nd and inches. Marshawn pushing, touchdown. Beautiful play by the offensive line. That is the most strength we've seen from them in this entire season so far. They just did not stop pushing him. Marshawn Lloyd forces his way into the end zone as we go into halftime, up by 1. Julius Caneri, didn't expect to see him today, but Braden Davis was struggling and they needed a boost, and he came in and he did just that. But Brian Perry going to start the second half with a 14-yard catch for the Pirates. Now 3rd and 4. Garcia's going to go to Mitchell, who cuts it out to the right side. Got a lot of space. Beautiful run by Mitchell, and he's got 15 yards as he breaks a few tackles along the way. Now 1st and 10, about 6:45 and counting in the 3rd quarter. Garcia wants to pitch it, can't get it out, and he's tackled to the ground. Big play there by Gilbert Edmond on the left edge. 3rd and 17 now for Garcia and company. He wants to throw for the first down. He is going to fire to Savage. Tyler Savage across the 20, breaking a tackle at the 10, and he is into the end zone. 45 yards for the tight end. And Nikimanawari was in coverage. For whatever reason, he just abruptly stopped when the pass was right by him. That's going to be a touchdown for the Pirates. They wouldn't convert the 2-point conversion, though, as Julius Caneri on 1st and 10 finds Corey Rucker, breaking a tackle at the 50 to the 40 and forcefully brought down at the 33-yard line. 2nd and 2 now. Caneri, he's going to keep it himself, and he's got a lot of space off the read option. Missed block by Lloyd. Could have got a touchdown. But it's an 8-yard run and a first down. Now 1st and 10. Julius Caneri. Beautiful plays right now by him. 1st and 10 is going to be his pass, and it's going to go to Lloyd, and he's spinning into the end zone. Wide open in the flats, the little dump down, and that turns into a 16-yard touchdown pass. And so far, Julius Caneri has started 3 for 3, 80 yards, and a touchdown as he has come into the game for Braden Davis and has solidified his role right now. The Gamecocks back on top by 2. This time Garcia tries to get the screen. Debo Williams had it in his hands. Would have been a pick six, but instead it's going to be a 1st and 10 for the Gamecocks. Marshawn Lloyd keep picking up where he left off on the counter. He's got 8 yards. 2nd and 2 now. 3.5 minutes remain in the third quarter. Canary going to keep it on the ground with Marshawn Lloyd. He's got a run on the inside zone. He's missing a tackle. Off to the races. 25 more, and this running game has come alive since Canary has entered the game. 3rd and inches now. Later on that same drive, they're going to keep it on the ground. This one's Lavesa Carroll, and he's got the first touchdown of the day for himself. That is a 1-yard touchdown run. He just basically had to walk in. He could have closed his eyes, and that one would have been a touchdown as they go up 21-12. Garcia on 2nd and 10, met in the middle by Debo Williams. He loses one, and the Pirates are in a tough position again. 3rd and 11. Garcia with Mitchell to his right. It looks like it's going to be a screenplay setting up. He is able to get rid of it. Mitchell doesn't have a lot of great blocking. A Stone Blanton brings them down after 5 yards, and the Pirates again forced a punt. Now 2nd and 7. Marshawn Lloyd on the little flats play. He's got another nice catch and run. 11 yards as they continue. They continue to leave him wide open now. 1st and 10. This one's Lavesa Carroll on the inside zone, cutting out to the left, and he's tripped up from behind. 19 yards on the ground. He has found his footing as well. This running game has dominated in the second half. They have just bursted wide open. Now 2nd and 10, going to the end zone. Landon Sampson was the target. Couldn't get it past Juan Powell as Julius Canary tried his best. 3rd and 10 now. He wants to roll out of the pocket, trying to get the edge. He does get it. Can he get there to the first down? He is tripped up, but I believe he's got it by a few yards. Now later on that drive, 3rd and 1. Canary wants to throw, running for the end zone. Rutgers got it on the corner on the drag route, catching it, hit as he catches it, but he just falls into the end zone, and Julius Canary comes in immediately. 3 straight touchdown drives, 2 of them passing touchdowns for the first-time starter. This is his first time on the field, but look at the Pirates. Brock Spalding gets him 20 yards down the field in a couple of seconds. Now 1st and 10. Garcia looking for another first down. Blanton stumbles past him, and that is a big first down there as he's got a good run. Now 6 minutes and counting underneath 6 minutes, I should say. 1st and goal. Garcia's going to give it to King in motion, and he's got nothing. Carry King, 4-yard loss as the Pirates trying to get down the field as quick as possible, facing a 3rd and goal, but this one's from about the 14-yard line. Garcia steps up, fires to Harris underneath, can't even hold on, and the Pirates bring it to a 13-point game. They were going to settle for the field goal there. Questionable call, but still Julius Canary is passing it to Rucker, who pushes a man to the ground, makes a move, and he is into basically the 20-yard line, right around the 24 of the Pirates' territory. Now 2nd and 11. Julius Canary wants to throw again. This one goes to Scott Hall, who can't stay in bounds. He did sling his man to the ground. It's going to be a 16-yard catch and run. Now 28-15 is your score on a 3rd and goal. Canary's going to go to Lavesa Carroll. He's got a touchdown again. Swerves past a man, and that's a 6-yard touchdown. The Pirates trailing 35-15 with about 2:56 remaining in this game. They are trying to repeat their success last drive, but get the job done. This one's a sailing pass, but Kerry King's able to tap his toes. 16 yards on the catch. Now 2nd and 10. Mason Garcia wants to throw, steps to the right, finds his man Savage. Tyler Savage brought down by committee, but not till he gained 24 yards. Now Mason Garcia on 1st and 10. He wants to throw again to the outside. This one's going to go to Perry, who's going to make a man miss. He's got a blocker downfield. Keenan Nelson can't bring him down, and Brian Perry, 25 yards, and now the Pirates have to get a stop here with 3 timeouts left on a 3rd and 12 to even want a chance. The Gamecocks offense can end it here. Canary, play action. He wants to throw. No one's open. Takes it himself. Can he get it? It's close, but he's got it as he's caught from behind. 16 yards, and they would run the clock out to end the day. 35-22 as your Gamecocks win their 3rd straight. Well, this has got to be probably our 3rd straight season, and we're only in season 3 where we've had an in-season quarterback controversy now between Braden Davis and Julius Canary, and I guess you could throw in Colton Gautier in there. A lot of you might be asking why I didn't put him in the game. I was looking at the stats, and I felt like with his athleticism and slightly worse, but basically the same accuracy and power, Julius Kaneri just gave us a better chance to win. And I think I proved myself with that. The defense came to play today. They held East Carolina to just, 6 points in the first half. Our offense was struggling. They held them to 6 in the third quarter. And then they did kind of give up, in that fourth quarter. They let East Carolina drive all the way down the field. But thankfully, by that point, our offense was clicking. We ended up improving to 3-0 on the season, and we had more first downs, way more total offense, more rushing yards by a lot. We had 243 rushing yards. That's what I really want to emphasize. We had less passing yards, obviously. We were better on third down conversions. Neither of us went for it on fourth down. In the red zone, we were 83% because we missed that field goal. No turnovers from either team. And total yards, we blew them out of the water. Time of possession, we beat them by just a little bit, not even barely over, like a little bit over a minute. Statistics-wise, Mason Garcia for them had a good game, 256 yards, a lot of that in the fourth quarter, 2 touchdowns. Julius Kaneri obviously came in, threw the same amount of passes as Braden Davis, had 2 more completions, had 161 yards compared to Braden Davis's 28, and had 2 touchdowns and no interceptions compared to Braden Davis's 0 and 0, 53% versus 69%, an average of 18 yards per completion versus 4 yards per completion. I mean, it's night and day right there. Marshawn Lloyd, was so happy to see him break open. 18 attempts, 144 yards. When he is running like that, we are very, very difficult to beat. Lavesa Carroll had 8 for 61 and 2 touchdowns. A couple other guys, Julius Kaneri, was able to show out his athleticism. As I said, 6 for 46. Receiving-wise, Corey Rucker, again, leading the way, 5 for 91. Marshawn Lloyd, 5 for 35. Everybody else was kind of just there. Both of those guys dominated the passing game. Defensively, though, Debo Williams, as expected, tied with Nick Minowori as the most tackles on the team. He also had 1 for loss. Nick Minowori had 2 tackles for loss. No turnovers, as we all know. A couple of sacks. TJ Sanders had a sack, and that was going to be it for the day. They were only able to get 1 sack, but a good amount of TFLs. 1 for Debo Williams, 2 for Minowori, 1 for Stone Bland, 3 for Gilbert Edmond, 2 for TJ Sanders, and 1 for Jay Wilson. I can't remember his first name. But a lot of tackles for loss. So even if we weren't getting sacks, we were getting those tackles behind the line of scrimmage. And very good win. I'm feeling good about that. But we have to take on Texas A&M next week. They're 2-1, number 9 in the country. And don't take too big of a look at their loss column, because the only team they lost to was the numbered top, at the time they were number 2 in the country. Florida actually just lost. We'll have to check that out. At the time, they were number 2 in the country when they lost to Florida, so that is a big team to beat or to lose to. So I'm not all that, convinced that this team is bad just because they're 2-1. They are still very good. As you look at the top 25 polls, a couple of people move around. Ohio State jumps up to number 1. Oklahoma jumps over us after they upset number 6 Florida. They were 7 last week, and they jump up to number 2. Notre Dame from 5 to 3. South Carolina, obviously, we were able to move up into the top 4 for, I believe, the first time in this series. Maybe we were there a couple of times. Texas doing well their first year in the SEC, as well as Oklahoma is. They were able to beat LSU 38-24. They are 2-1 on the season as number 5. Florida, after the loss to Oklahoma, they fell down 4 spots to number 6. North Carolina jumps up 3 to number 7. Utah loses to USC by 22. They fall to number 8. Texas A&M jumps up to number 9, and Penn State at number 10. It looked like Alabama did drop out. They must have lost to somebody. They lost and got upset by unranked Missouri 21-17. They fall all the way to number 14 from number 1. In the SEC, I mean, they are dominating the Big Ten, or the top 25 rankings. Ole Miss down here, Georgia. Then you've got everybody else that's up there, including LSU down here at number 24. They have a lot of good teams in here, and I wonder if they have anybody else that was receiving a vote. They also have nobody else right now receiving a vote, but just a lot of good teams. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 coming here with Alabama, 7 with Ole Miss, 8 with Georgia, 9 with LSU, 9 SEC teams in the top 25. This is the most difficult conference to play in right now, and it's not getting any easier. As we look around the league, scores and schedules, let's see what happened in the top 25 last week. Outside of the couple games we did end up seeing right there, such as Alabama losing, there were a couple of big matchups. Georgia, number 17 Georgia, they started out 0-2, losing to us. And who else did Georgia lose to, I wonder? It's not going to show me right there, but they beat up on San Jose State. They took out their anger 56-6. Oklahoma State beats up University of Texas San Antonio, who's had a tough start, 45-7 there. Michigan State takes down Central Michigan. Michigan State is now 1-1 on the season. Michigan loses and gets upset by the UNLV Rebels, 31-21. A big upset there as the Wolverines fall to 1-1. Penn State undefeated still. They are number 10 in the country. Wake Forest 52-35 over the Yellow Jackets. I was about to call them the Horned Frogs. 52-35. The 12th ranked Demon Deacons take down Georgia Tech. Was like 11 at one point. They're now number 19, as we saw Texas take down LSU. Utah gets demolished by USC. North Carolina beats up on New Mexico. We didn't have to play them this year, thankfully, I will say. Washington beats Boise State. They get their first win of the season. Oklahoma takes a one-possession win over Florida. Texas A&M dominates North Texas. Stanford barely etches out Oregon State. Oregon State is now 0-2 to start the year. Stanford 3-0, a team to look out for maybe on the rise out there in the Pac-12. Haven't heard a lot from them. They haven't really had a lot of teams compete just yet as far as, the playoffs go or the BCS Bowls go. Ohio State takes down Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech starting 0-2. They have had a tough go in this dynasty. Notre Dame beats Pittsburgh in that rivalry game pretty handily. We saw Missouri upset Alabama. Oregon dominates California Berkeley 42-7. They are 2-0 on the season, number 18 in the country. Who is their quarterback right now? Whoever he is, he must be doing pretty well. 5 touchdowns, 1 interception for Thompson for the Ducks, and they win that one by a ton. As far as the Heisman race goes here through 3 weeks, I doubt we have anybody on it, but we have a close race right now. Travion Henderson out of Ohio State and Tyler Buckner for the Notre Dame Fighting Irish are the top 2. You've also got Jalen Glover, Javonte Barnes, and Haynes King rounding out that for the Texas A&M Aggies. No need to show you guys the recruiting right now. There's nothing really crazy going on. And next week we will be taking on the 9th-ranked Aggies. We are being picked by Corso to win this one, but the Aggies have our number in a lot of categories. They beat us in overall rating, offensive rating, defensive rating, points per game by a ton. They have 46.7 points per game on average. Total offense, they beat us by about 100-something, about 140. Rushing offense, they beat us by a good amount. Passing offense, they beat us by a good amount. Total defense, we are much better than them. They allow a lot of defensive yards. We have been actually better than expected. Total defense, we beat them in. Rushing defense, we dominate them in. Passing offense, we beat them by about 4 spots. We have tried our best to keep the passing yards down this year, but turnover differential, we are deadlocked. Both of us are tied. But look at that. Hunter King, so far on the year, 51 completions out of 74 attempts. He has 13 touchdowns, not a single interception. LJ Johnson Jr., 44 attempts, 247 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Marshawn Lloyd, 54 attempts, 281 yards, and only 1 touchdown on the ground. As I said, he has struggled to start the year. Corey Rucker with 15 catches. Not a lot of yards, 237 yards. Would have liked to get those yards up. He has 1 touchdown as well. And Braden Davis, don't know exactly where we're going with him. Not sure who's going to be the quarterback going forward, but after today, Julius Canary is looking like a serious option. So I would love to hear your guys' thoughts in the comments down below. As always, next episode is going to be a major game. This one, basically every year like it has. We beat them the first year, lost to them last year. This game has been the deciding factor in our SEC conference play, and it's going to be tough, but we've got to win this one if we want to hope at the SEC championship game. As always, though, if you enjoy this series, hit the like button, subscribe, turn on post notifications so you're always up to date with it, and I will catch you guys next episode. Peace.